Hello, everybody.
So you are muted, Ms. John, if you'd please unmute. Thank you. Good morning.
Oh, you're muted again.
Oh, you're muted again. It's tricky. Okay.
What?
And you are Tatiana John.
Yep.
Good morning. So you are appearing for arraignment purposes this morning. We're on the record in case number 24-2903 SM. If you need to keep the video off, that's fine in order for us to hear you. That's the most important thing. So for right now, you're muted. You're appearing this morning for arraignment with Ms. Conlon, the defense attorney, available through the Indigent Defense Council here to assist you. And Ms. Conlon, did you have opportunity to review the allegations on the complaint, nature of the offense, and the possible maximum penalties with Ms. John?
I did, Your Honor. So we'd waive a reading. Ms. John would plead not guilty to both counts, and she is requesting that the court consider assigning counsel to represent her.
Thank you. So Ms. John, in order to complete a petition for court-appointed attorney, I need to place you under oath and ask you some questions. Would you please raise your right hand? And you swear that the information you're about to give me will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Thank you, and you're welcome to lower your hand. Ms. John, what is your phone number and what is your mailing address?
Suttons Bay, Michigan.
Do you use an email address? At the address, and are you renting, purchasing the home, or living with others?
I am living with my grandmother.
Are you currently employed?
Yes.
Where?
At Eagletown Market in Fashabi Michigan.
What is your average take-home pay?
$600 a week.
Do you receive any other source of income or assistance?
No.
Do you own a vehicle?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do you own a vehicle?
Yes, I do. I am in a process of fixing it.
What is the estimated value of the vehicle?
I think it's like 9,000.
And do you have any money in a checking account or savings account, any cash on hand, any digital currency?
I have 300 in my bank account, 84 on my Venmo, and then I don't have any cash on hand.
I will appoint an attorney for you. The next step in the process, the pretrial conference in this case, will be scheduled for November 5th. It's at 9:30 a.m. It's an in-person appearance here at the district court. The court will mail you the notice regarding the pretrial conference. You should hear from your court-appointed attorney by the 1st of next week, so please watch for contact from your attorney. That person may call, might mail you a letter, or may email you. So again, please watch for contact.
Okay.
Ms. Conlon, bond has been set in this case. Do you have any questions or concerns regarding the bond?
I don't, Your Honor. Oh,
sorry.
Ms. John may have one. I don't, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. John?
It has been trouble trying to co-parent with Michael Bras with the PPO. We do have, I don't know what you call that, a third party person that does drop off and pickups, and we both have her for a certain amount of time a day, every day. But it's kind of hard to communicate because the third party is not always reliable since they have work and things too.
Well, that's a condition of the bond and it's not going to change. So
Okay.
you need to just work that out. You can discuss the issue with your attorney, but you can't have any contact with Mr. Braha. So make sure that you understand how important it is that you're in full compliance with the terms and conditions of the bond. That information is in LEAN, the Law Enforcement Information Network. so that if you were to violate any of those terms or conditions, you would be arrested and there would be no bond.
I know. I haven't broken bond.
Very good. Again, please watch for contact from your attorney. The court will mail you the notice of your pretrial conference, and we will see you here in person on November 5th.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Yep.
May I have your name, please?
Antonio Smith.
Good afternoon, Mr. Smith. Sir, we are. I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, I was saying good afternoon.
Oh, good, thank you. We're on the record in case number 24-2594SD. Sir, you're appearing for arraignment on a bench warrant in this case for a failure to appear, as well as arraignment in the underlying case. You're appearing with Ms. Conlon, the defense attorney, available through the Indigent Defense Counsel, here to assist you. Ms. Conlon, did you have opportunity to review the allegations in the underlying complaint, nature of the offense, the possible maximum penalties, as well as the issues with regard to the failure to appear with Mr. Smith?
Yes, Your Honor. First, with regard to the failure to appear, I think that the court had an incorrect address for Mr. Smith, and he did not receive the notices of arraignment. He did give me his correct address today, and he can give the court an address where he will get future court notices. So we'd request that the warrant be recalled. With regard to the underlying offense, Your Honor, I did discuss the nature of the charge and maximum possible consequences with Mr. Smith, so we'd waive a reading. He would plead not guilty and is requesting that the court assign counsel to represent him.
In order to complete a petition for court-appointed attorney, I need to place you under oath and ask you some questions. Would you please raise your right hand?
Yes, ma'am.
And you swear that the information you're about to give me will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, and you're welcome to lower your hand. Mr. Smith, what's your phone number? What's your mailing address?
Detroit, Michigan.
And the zip code?
I'm not too familiar with the zip code. I think it's probably 48274.
Do you use an email address?
Do I use an email address, you said?
Yes, sir. At the address, are you renting, purchasing the home, or living with others?
Yes, living with others, my mom and grandma.
Are you working?
Currently I'm not right now. I'm in between jobs right now.
Do you receive any source of income or assistance?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Do you own a vehicle?
Yes, I do.
What is the estimated value of the vehicle?
It's probably cheaper now. Probably like 5,000 or something, 6,000.
Do you have any money in a checking account, savings account, any cash on hand, or any digital currency?
No, I don't.
So we'll appoint an attorney for you. The next step in the process is a pretrial conference. It would be scheduled for November 7th. It's at 9:30 a.m. and it's an in-person appearance here at the district court. Were you arrested on the outstanding warrant in this case and transferred up here?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I was.
Did you turn yourself in?
No, I didn't. Nuh-uh.
He was assaulted, Your Honor, and when the police investigated, they discovered he had a warrant.
And where was that at? Was that in the Detroit area?
No, it was actually down here right in front of the YMCA. I don't know the name of the street.
So you're in this area?
No, I don't live here in this area. I have 3 children that stay up here, and one of them with autism. So I frankly come up here and come visit sometimes to come take care of the kids and come help the mom out whenever she needs to work. And whenever daycares is shut down, I got 4 going on 5 kids, all under 3 years.
All right. So regarding bond, Ms. Conlon,
We'd be asking for a personal reconnaissance bond, Your Honor. I think that Mr. Smith knows now that he has to appear for all future court appearances. The court does have his accurate address. And it will be, his court-appointed attorney will be able to get in touch with him.
So Mr. Smith, the court will recall the bench warrant and take no action, but you have to make sure that the court is aware of your all of your contact information updated every time that it might change, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I actually beforehand I was I had actually called numerous times up to the Grand Traverse District Court and the Circuit Court, and no one never told me anything about my case. Even when I gave them my case number, it had to actually take for somebody else to call and talk to them for them to tell them the information, but they wouldn't tell me anything. And I don't know if all the calls or those lines are recorded, but I had called 5 times since I've been out of jail in July.
Well, if you had called and not just asked for information, but if you would have given a correct mailing address, that would concern me that they didn't take down that correct mailing address.
And then even so forth, because this is a new house that I stay in, and even with the old address, all the mail with my name and my family's name, they all get forwarded to the new address that I just gave you.
Okay, well, we did mail notices back in August. We mailed 2 notices to the 1 Street in Detroit.
Okay. Yes, and I didn't receive.
So anyway, please make sure that you give this court your updated, correct information. If your phone number changes, if your address changes. I'm going to place you on a $5,000 personal recognizance bond with the condition that you may not use nor possess any alcohol, any illegal substance, any controlled substance, including marijuana, any mind or mood altering substances, or any non-prescribed medication, that you would submit to discretionary testing whenever requested by a police officer or any court personnel, so you may not refuse. You may not have any threatening, intimidating, harassing, or violent behavior towards any person. You'll be respectful of all court employees and care providers during the course of your case. May not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, registration, and insurance, nor with the presence of any alcohol, any illegal substance, or any controlled substance, even that which might be prescribed to you. You'll hear from your court-appointed attorney by the 1st of the week. That person may call or might mail you a letter, so please be watching for contact from your attorney. The court will mail you a notice. Once again, the next step in the process, the pretrial conference will be on November 7th at 9:30 a.m. And Ms. Conlon, you have any questions, ma'am?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, now then, Mr. Smith, sir, you are all set.
All right, thank you. Have a nice day.
Olga, you ready on Zapatic Carter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Stand by. Okay. And Mr. Sims, you're going to be the prosecutor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Olga, let's open the record in case number 573-322 in the United State of Texas versus Mr. Zapatrick Lee Carter. And this is set for a status conference. Can I get announcements from the attorneys and from probation, please?
Jordan Sims for the state of Texas.
John Fernandez for probation.
Marie Martinez for probation.
I can't hear any of y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
You know what? I know what's going on. You're right, Olga. Unmute and original.
That old globe.
Yes, the globe. Okay, so did you get them on the record, Olga? Okay, so we are set for a status conference today. Mr. Carter was found guilty by a jury of the offense he was charged with, which was an assault causing bodily injury to a family or household member, alleged to have taken place back in 2017. He was sentenced and then he appealed the jury verdict and the sentencing, and both of them were affirmed and sent back. It's taken quite a while for Mr. Carter to get on board and comply with his conditions. So today, before anybody puts on any evidence, I'm just going to say this now. You got 2 choices, Mr. Carter. You don't get to sit back and do nothing. So you can either sign the paperwork to go to DDRF, which a professional recommended, and I follow professional recommendations, or you can serve the remainder of your time at the Bexar County Jail. Which one do you want to do, Mr. Carter?
Um, these are my only two choices, Your Honor.
Yes, and I don't have to give you choices. I can just order you either into DDRF or order you into the Bexar County Jail. So you're getting some grace from me today. Which one do you want?
I don't want to go to Bexar County Jail, Your Honor. So I would rather take the DDRF. Am I allowed to say anything else?
Nope.
Yes, ma'am.
You're not going to talk me out of it because I follow the professional's recommendation and you don't know more than that professional. And from what I heard in that trial, sir, you need DDRF. So you may be in denial about all your behaviors and its effects on people. You may be in denial about your own trauma. You may be in denial about how you navigate in the world. You're going to go to DDRF. It's court ordered. He's got 24 hours to sign that order. If you don't sign your paperwork to go into DDRF, by 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, I'm signing a warrant for your arrest. We're bringing you in and you're going to serve the rest of your sentence as I'm allowed under my discretion to sentence you at the Bexar County Jail. And the reason will be for your lack of cooperation with my court orders and probation recommendations. Do you understand that, Mr. Carter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Officer Martinez, what does he need to do next? He's got 24 hours to do it.
He needs to report to his probation officer and sign paperwork for DDRF. You also need to decide if he can do the medical on bond, or do you want him to do the medical in jail?
We'll give him a chance. Let's see if he does the medical on bond. If he doesn't cooperate, when does he have to do the medical?
Mr. Fernandez?
I'll need to email the nurse to get him that medical after the paperwork is signed, Judge.
What is the average time after paperwork is signed for the medical? What have you experienced?
It's usually about 2 weeks.
Okay, so tomorrow's the 16th, and you anticipate he'll be in for the medical before the 1st of November, Mr. Fernandez?
Yes, ma'am. I will ask the nurse for that.
Okay, so he has until November 1st to get his medical taken care of to go into DDRF. But tomorrow, he's got 24 hours to go and sign his paperwork. If he does not show up to sign his paperwork, if he comes up with any excuse for not coming in to sign his paperwork, I'm issuing a warrant and he'll be taken into custody at the next contact with law enforcement. Yes, go ahead.
Allowed to sign his paperwork via Adobe Sign if that's an option with the officer?
If it's an option with the officer, absolutely.
Okay.
Judge.
Yes, sir.
There is actually a modification already that has DDRF held in abeyance.
Nope,
So-
we're not holding anything in abeyance.
No. The fact that it's already held in abeyance, he still needs to sign a new condition.
Yes.
No, he doesn't
Okay.
need to sign a new condition, Your Honor. He just needs to sign the program order.
There you go, Mr. Fernandez.
Okay.
I have to rely on the experts in my court. Officer Martinez is telling you what needs to get done next, so he has to sign the DDRF order.
And then he will need to wait in Bexar County Jail for transfer to DDRF. Do I need to send an SR with a directive for him to, like, a surrender date?
Okay. So
Yes.
get all that ready.
Okay.
Okay.
After medical, you can send over that SR with the surrender date.
And I'll send the program order with that.
Yes.
Okay.
And
So-
if your manager wants you to make a new condition, then you can do that. But I don't think we need it, but ask your manager.
Okay.
So just to be clear, if you don't cooperate, Mr. Carter, within 24 hours, I will issue a warrant. You will have an attorney present at the next hearing on that warrant. Okay? Today, it's just a warning. There's no adverse action taken against you. I'm warning you as to your non-compliance, and I'm entitled to do that. You don't want to comply, that's your choice. You got decisions to make. But you don't comply, then I'm issuing a warrant and we'll take it from there. Yes, Officer Martinez.
And Your Honor, the reason for this is I just wanted to go on the record that since he has been placed on probation, he has never submitted a negative UA. He has either failed to submit on 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 times, and all the other 3 tests were all positive, with the most recent positive being October 9th, 2024. And he was in outpatient treatment and he failed to attend, so he was exited. And that is why we are now starting the DDRF process, because he's
that's
given
fine.
multiple opportunities.
Keep it up, Mr. Carter. Keep it up. You don't want to comply. Those are choices you make. Just know that your choices are going to land you serving time at the Bexar County Jail sooner than later. You don't want to go to the Bexar County Jail, then you need to start complying with your conditions of probation and orders from this court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
Oh.
Have a great afternoon. That concludes the hearing. I'll wait for
Thank you, Your
paperwork.
Honor.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.